talk about a company that I used to work for and sell the products. This might cause a little bit of controversy. This might, cause a little uproar. But it's Mary Kay. And I want to give you an honest review because I know I haven't really seen a whole lot of reviews for Mary Kay, and um, I sold Avon for a while, and their makeup, when I was selling it, sucked. I still have some of the eyeliners, and they are terrible. They crumble apart. The eyeshadows are terrible. I liked the lipsticks, whatever. But when I think of Mary Kay, or at least before I started selling it, I remember my mom had Mary Kay parties when I was a kid. And I felt like that was kind of like old lady makeup. But I was approached online and I met with the lady. I needed a job. It sounded really good because they amped it up. So it's $100 to start for your kit. You get this beautiful bag, and the bag is worth $100 itself. It's gorgeous. It has an insert that comes out, and it's got products in there to help you start your kit. And it's like the basics. You really should buy more stuff to fill your kit. Um, and I did. Um, but the some of the products are good and some of them aren't. When I started to sell Mary Kay, I didn't have a lot of high-end products like I do now. I have a lot of high-end, I have a lot of indie, I have a lot of organic, I have a lot of like botanical stuff. I have so much stuff now that I can compare it to. Back then, I had like hard candy and some drugstore stuff. I mean, I had a lot of it, but I had more nail polish than anything. I did have a lot of makeup, but it was drugstore. It was the cheap sets you get for Christmas, the big ones. So to me, it was really great. It was really great makeup because it was better than what I had. It was really great brushes because the brushes I had were no name, no brand shit brushes. So I mean, and the company is good. Like, they do a lot of good things for people. They donate to women's shelters. They donate to other charities. They're really uplifting. They're all about, women together. They're all about taking time for your family. They're all about God and religion. And it was nice, but they're also really pushy. And to me, I felt uncomfortable pushing people, like sales, like pushing them hard. I also I love my makeup to be bright like this. I was using like my fluorescent soap pigments that I use on my eyes, and I couldn't wear those when I would work doing Mary Kay stuff because if people ask you, well, hey, what's your eye makeup? It's not Mary Kay. So I did buy some Mary Kay eye colors and just worked with those, and that kind of sucked because I felt like I couldn't be as creative with my makeup and as bright as I wanted to. They had just launched, I mean, the Mary Kay at Play hadn't been launched for very long, so they were just kind of starting, within that last year to really have colors and color options that were bright, like the bright, fun, play around colors. So I did buy some of the Mary Kay at Play stuff so that I could use for myself personally. I also showed it in my kit, but I didn't let people use it because it was my personal product so that I could, do my makeup for the job. I mean, my biggest thing is the pushiness. And I get it. Like, if you're the top leader, whoever you sign on, you make money off of. Whoever they sign on, you also make money off of. They make money off of them. So I get that it's like a numbers game, and I get that you're self-employed, you're an independent contractor, and you're trying to make it. One of the reasons I quit was because I started to not love the makeup as much anymore, and I didn't like being so pushy with people, but also you can't depend on it. You can't host a party and say, I am for sure making $1,000 tonight. You don't know. Somebody could buy $2,000 worth of product for themselves or for their family and you make a killing, or you could go and everybody's broke. I had parties like that. I had parties where everybody was broke and not one person could afford anything. And they were trying to help me out, so they'd buy like a lipstick or something, and that adds up. But you're only making, I think you make like 40 or 50% commission, and that's not, a lipstick isn't gonna really get you anywhere. So You can't count on the income. It's not like, hey, I'm going to make for sure $1,000 a week on it. There was weeks that I did, and there was weeks that I was like 0 or $20. So it wasn't like a steady income. And I've noticed a lot of people that, women that do Mary Kay either have a husband that also works a job that can help support the family, or they work a second job at the same time. I was a single mom. I couldn't go work a second job and do Mary Kay, and I didn't have somebody else to help support me and pay my bills. So I was depending solely on Mary Kay. And to me, in my honest opinion, it is not a job that you can just solely support yourself on, because you don't know how much you're going to make every week. It's a toss up. I mean, you can be out there busting your ass, putting in 90 hours a week and make $10 that week. And then that sucks. Or you can make $2,000 that week, and then you're like, that feels great. But if you're making $10 a week, even though you're busting your butt, you're doing everything right, and people just don't have the money for it, how are you going to pay your rent with that? How are you going to feed your kids with that? It's hard. So that was a downfall for me. So that's kind of why I got out of it. But as I still have so many products, and you'll see this. I have a lot of products left. I have thrown a lot of products away. I have given a lot of products away because I don't like some of them. I think they're garbage. And I will tell you what those are. I have looked up some prices online. There are some things that I couldn't find prices for. So I found the closest thing to it, and I gave you a price for that. So I kind of want to get into that. I don't want this to be like too super long. I do have a lot of stuff sitting here, and it's a little overwhelming. So I have a list. It's in no particular order. I'm not going like eyes, lips, face, or anything like that. It's just what I was finding and grabbing out of my stash and out of my stuff, what I remembered I gave away. And I actually remember that I gave away like the little lip glosses, not the squeezy one, but the ones with the wand. And I don't remember how much they were. I want to say 14-ish. I gave those away. I don't like those. And some other stuff. So let's get started. First thing I want to do is I want to do the foundation, the liquid foundation. I got 10 colors in my kit for $100. I haven't actually used these on my face because my kit did not come with one that was my shade. I am like the fairest of the fair. I don't even know if they make a shade that, at that time, that would work for me. I think everything was just too dark. I do have a powder foundation that does work for me from them, but these foundations didn't work. To me, like this one is like super, I don't know if you can tell, but like on there, it's like, there you go, super orangey. And this is the lightest shade that I have. This is Ivory 4. So it comes in 2 different formulas. You can get normal to dry or oily to combination to oily skin. And they do have some pretty dark colors. Like I've got like this really dark chocolate brown color and whatnot. So I keep these in my Mary Kay bag, which I use as a kit. I'm not a professional makeup artist, but I do have friends and family that ask, hey, can you come do my makeup for something? I don't get paid for it, but I don't mind. So I have makeup set aside for that. So since I have 10 different shades and I still have my little tool that helps you match somebody's skin tone, if I have a shade that works for them, then that's, what I use. Now the combination to oily is a matte wear foundation, and the normal to dry is a luminous wear. These things are really thick. They have pretty decent, I want to say it's a medium, a higher end on the medium coverage, a medium to full coverage. They're really thick though, and they stink. They smell like old lady hand cream, and I can't get past the smell. I would not smear this on my face. It stinks. It's overpowering. It smells. I can still smell it on my hand, and I rubbed it in a little bit earlier. I could never use this on my face. There's no freaking way. It smells. And that's not because they're like old or anything. It's like what it smells like when you get a brand new bottle. It stinks. I don't know why you would make a foundation that you're going to put all over your face smell that strongly. That is all. Honestly, if you could avoid a scent, I think that would be ideal. And I know they have like a botanical line, but it's skincare. It's not foundation. So if you're looking for a liquid foundation, you're going to have to deal with the stink from Mary Kay or not, or get a powder. I mean, that's how it goes. Oh, throwing them. And I think it's just way too overpowering and it stinks. Okay, and those are $18. These are $18 a piece. So it's 1 fluid ounce for $18. Now, maybe I should have pulled this sooner. I am using the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Cushion. This is half an ounce. I think it was $15. I know it's half the size, but it doesn't smell and it's so much better. It's light, but I can build it up to a full coverage and I absolutely love it. So if I'm going to go spend the money on a foundation, I will totally go and buy this over and over and over again before I even think about this, because I feel like the coverage is really good. It doesn't have the smell. And, you know, I mean, I know it's half the size, but you use less of it. This you kind of have to cake on because it is so thick. I just can't. But this is my favorite foundation. Okay, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to talk about the makeup remover. I do not have it anymore. I used it all up. I like it, but it's 3.75 ounces, which is a little bit, it's 2 of these bottles plus just a little smidgen more. This is my Sephora one. It's pretty much the same thing. It was, you know, it's the two-toned one. I think it's pink and white instead of blue and white. Or blue and clear, you know, pink and clear. And you shake it. I can't hold on to anything tonight. You shake it, you mix it up, and you just squirt it on your little cotton ball. It's $15, which I think this is like $7 or $8 or whatever, $6 to $8 for the Sephora one. So, I mean, I guess for like a higher end makeup remover, I guess that's about right. But my favorite, one of my favorites, is the Hard Candy Take It Off Cream. It is a cream, but it removes glitter, it removes waterproof. This is a 2.7 ounce. I have had this forever. It just takes a small amount. I feel like I can't get through this. This is like, all of this is full still, and I cannot get through it. These are cruelty-free, and I have found out recently that Mary Kay didn't used to, they used to be cruelty-free, but as in like the last year or so, some of their products aren't because they like have manufactured something. I haven't researched it, so I'm not 100%, don't quote me on it, but there's parts of it that aren't cruelty-free because of something to do with where they changed the way the manufacturing and the stuff is, and I don't know how true that is. I know I was in one of my makeup groups and we were having a discussion on it. We were talking about some of the companies that are not cruelty-free, and someone said Mary Kay wasn't cruelty-free anymore, and I'm like, wait a minute, when I was selling it, it was cruelty-free, and they're like, this happened in the last year because they have now like subcontracted out or something. I don't know how it works, but somehow part of their line is not cruelty-free anymore. I don't know what part it is. You'll have to do your research on it. I don't know. I know all the products that I had are cruelty-free. You know, I got when they were cruelty-free. But, I mean, the Hard Candy one I know is less. It's like, what, $8 or less. So, I mean, and it lasts a lot longer than the oil. You use a lot less. So, to me, I feel like makeup removers you can find a lot cheaper somewhere else. And I don't feel like $15 for a bottle of makeup remover, whether it's Sephora or whatever, is worth it. I have gotten 1 ounce bottles of this. This is a little less than 2 ounces, 1.69. I've gotten like 5 1 ounce bottles for free from Sephora. They have like the sample, like, you know, they'll throw little goodies in the bags when you go shopping. And this is the first time I've bought makeup remover in forever, and I got this a couple months ago. And I just cracked it open the other day. So I just feel like I can get that stuff for free, or I can go to Five Below and get makeup remover for cheaper. I feel like paying $15 for something to take your makeup off. I actually like my makeup eraser the best, to be quite honest. You get it wet with water and it takes off everything. That's $20 and you reuse it over and over and over again. I feel like makeup remover should not be that expensive. My honest opinion. So now we're going to do the loose powder foundation. Now this is the mineral powder foundation. I have Ivory 0.5. It is like the lightest shade that they have. It actually works for my skin. And you can close the sifter. It like circles back. But this stuff is like silk. It is like silk powder, and it feels like silk on your skin. It blends in. It's so finely milled. It doesn't leave you cakey. I actually really love this product. I have a hard time with powder because it leaves me cakey. Even I have to get like really, really finely milled translucent powders and just lightly dust them on my skin. But I really like this one. This is great for finishing, especially if I have a dewy foundation. I don't like the ones that stay really sticky and dewy. So this is really great for setting that, and this is great for setting my under eyes. It works great. I do recommend this. I could not find these on the website. I don't know if I overlooked it, wasn't looking in the right spot. But the translucent powder that has no color is $16. So I'm guessing these are $16 to $20. But it's got a lot of product in here. It is 0.28 ounces. It's pretty full. I've had this for a while and I'm nowhere near close to being done, but it is one of my favorite powders. So this is a good product that they've made. I really do like it. Okay, we're going to talk about the mascaras. I had Lash Love mascara in black, I had the Lash Primer, and I had the Ultimate mascara in black. They each cost $15 a piece. I did win the primer online for free from a giveaway. I didn't like it. So I didn't pay for it, but I threw it away because I did use it a couple times and you don't share that kind of stuff. It just didn't do anything for me. As far as primer go, I really haven't liked any mascara primer that I've ever had. The Ultimate mascara I did like. It was okay. It wasn't the greatest mascara. I think better than Sex. So much better than any of these mascaras. Lash Love sucked it completely for me, and everybody loves that mascara. It did nothing for me. I hate it. Ultimate did a little something for me, but not for $15 for a mascara. It wasn't enough of something to do anything for me. So all three of those have actually gone in the garbage. I do not have any of them to show you. And I think you can do better at the drugstore. I'm just being honest. So I really wouldn't go for that. The next thing I have is the eye primer, the eyeshadow primer. This is $12 for 0.3 ounces. Okay. This is a cream. I still have like a full freaking tube of this, and I used to use it for demos and stuff. I don't use it. It's a white cream. I have so many better ones from indie companies that are half the price. Half the price. NYX is better. Like, you can get NYX ones better than this. It's just literally a cream. You rub it in. It doesn't make a sticky base. It doesn't make a silky base. It pretty much is just like rubbing lotion on your eyes. It has a smell. It's kind of got like a little bit of a perfumey smell to it, or kind of like a hand cream smell. Like not like a fruity one or anything, but it definitely has like a cream, like a generic cream smell to it. Not a fan of that. But for 12 bucks, I feel like I'd rather get NYX, something with NYX. I've gotten so many free eyeshadow primers between Sephora samples and like subscription boxes, and they're better. They actually feel like slick, and you feel it, helping your eyeshadow stick. I don't feel like this helps your eyeshadow stay at all. It does nothing for me. I don't even know why I'm still holding on to it. I probably should just toss it or give it away or something. I don't know. I probably wouldn't give it away. I just feel like it does nothing for me. And I got my Smashbox one. It is 0.14 ounces. So this is 0.3, this is 0.14. So yeah, this has less product in it, but I got it for free from Sephora. I have so many primers for your eyes for free. I get the generic Urban Decay ones from like Wish.com. They're better than this. So I've gotten free primer potions for 100 points at Sephora for free. That is, it's the Urban Decay one. I don't recommend this, not for $12. I know like some of the high-end ones are 20. If you're gonna go out and spend money on a primer, spend the 20 bucks on Urban Decay primer potion or Too Faced Shadow Insurance or a Benefit primer. Spend it. Don't spend 12 on this. Either go cheap at the drugstore with like NYX or something, or go all the way with a high-end one from Sephora or Ulta. But I don't recommend this one. Just being real, guys. Okay, so let's do the face primer. I don't have it anymore. I gave it away. Where did I put the one that I have a primer that I had over here. Great, I lost it. I have so much stuff right now that I can't even find. Oh, here it is. It's back in the basket where it belongs. Elf makes good eyeshadow primer for $1. It works better than that one. This one right here. The mineral eyeshadow primer from Elf. This is $1 and it's better than that $12 one. I really like this one and it has a wand. So, just saying. Okay, so the primer comes about this size. I don't have any more. I threw it away. The best way I can describe the Mary Kay primer, face primer, is super silicone. It's like the Smashbox one, that original Smashbox, like super silicone one, like times 10. It's like so slick. Okay, but here's the thing. It shows your dry patches. If you're dry, like with the dry areas that you are, it just like clings to dry patches and shows them under your foundation. And then if you get oily, it makes you like even more oily. I gave it to my sister. I don't like it. It is $18. I got this one. This is called Nano Blur from Indeed Laboratories. I believe this is like $20 a bottle. It is amazing. It gets rid of, it hides your wrinkles, it blurs your pores, and it really does work. I have tested it out. I got it in a box. It is 1 ounce, and it is amazing. It's not silicone. It almost looks like it might be, but it turns out to be like a really light cream. It rubs in great, and it works so well. It doesn't have a scent to it. The Mary Kay one does have a scent that I did not like. But I feel like if you're gonna spend like $20 on a primer, get a decent one. I don't like that primer from Mary Kay at all. I feel like it does not do well for like any skin type, and I don't feel like it does well for making makeup stick. So I would go with like a Nano Blur, or I would go with, you know, something higher end from like Too Faced, or like the Hangover RX is better. The any Urban Decay primers are gonna be better. So I wouldn't go with any of the primers from Mary Kay. Just being real, keeping it real. I don't feel like they were formulated very well. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna talk about, and I know this isn't in any kind of order. Is I don't have the face wash anymore. So you can get this as a set with a face wash. Imagine a bigger bottle of face wash right here. I don't have it. I've used up both kinds. My kit did come. I got these two, you know, face things and I think a bottle each, because this comes in combination to oily and the normal to dry. So you get a face wash and a moisturizer in each one. I've used up both just to kind of use them up, because it was before I was getting a ton of samples from Sephora. I have so much face wash and moisturizer that I'm literally giving it away. I'm throwing it in my giveaways, and I'm giving it to family members, and I'm sending it to friends because I have way too much. But I have used up one of the moisturizers and 2 of the face washes, but not because I liked them, because they were expensive. I paid for them, but they didn't do anything extra for my skin. They did not. It was like buying just a basic generic face wash somewhere. And these, I mean, the lotion, the moisturizer isn't bad at all. But I mean, I have better. I have higher end ones that I've gotten for free, or gotten in subscription boxes that are, by the time you pay for the subscription box, you know, the moisturizer is costing, you know, way 4 or 5 times more than what the box even cost. You might as well call it free. So if you imagine the face wash being here, this set costs you $95. And this is the Time-Wise Day Solution, which is pretty much just sunscreen. And it has a very strong sunscreen smell. I've actually used it all, and I have a foundation in here, because this pump is really awesome, and I have a more liquid foundation, so I ran out of the sunscreen, because that's pretty much all it is. It's just fucking sunscreen. And it's $32 for this little bottle of pretty much just fucking sunscreen. Okay. But I did like the pump. I used it up. It did have expiration date on it. So I washed out the bottle really well, and I'm using the pump for a foundation. And you will see this in an empties video on the next one coming up. This bottle is the night solution, and it has the little like vitamin beads in it, and it, you know, it feels good on your skin. They call it the party in a bottle, you know, all the reps, that's what they call it. This is also like $32, I believe. I couldn't find it by itself on the website, but I think they are pretty close in price. So it's a minimum of $32. So, I mean, this is a nighttime, it's like a nighttime serum for your face. It just has a bunch of vitamins to help it kind of, you know, recover your skin from the day. I use it still. I don't mind it. I do have other serums that work pretty much the same. I don't know if I would spend $32 on this ever again because I do have so many more serums that I feel like get rid of acne and have more than just vitamins in there. So, and they're cheaper or free for me because I review them. So I won't ever buy this again, but I'm going to use it up. And then again, I'm going to keep the moisturizer and use it. No, wait, I did not finish the other bottle of moisturizer. I do have it in my drawer, so I do have 2 bottles of moisturizer. They're not bad, but the moisturizer is $24 and the face wash is $20 by itself. And I feel like for $24 for a moisturizer, you might as well go to Sephora and get a really, really crazy expensive good moisturizer. I've gotten so many for free, sample sizes, deluxe sizes, that I can't fathom paying $24 a bottle every month or every 2 months. I just can't. Again, $20 for the face wash. So to me, that's kind of steep, and I didn't notice it. It wasn't clearing up my acne. It wasn't doing anything special for my face. So again, to me, for it to not show like some significant difference in my skin, I don't think it's worth it. The next thing we're going to talk about is the Microderm Abrasion Set. I got one in my kit, I believe, and then I bought an extra one to have it on stock to sell. I never sold it. This bad boy is $55, and it comes with the Microderm scrub and then like the serum to use afterwards. It's a nice set, but I have so many exfoliators and like the replenish serums. I have that kind of stuff, and I get them for free, or I get them with points when I check out at Sephora, sample sizes, Ipsy bags, subscription boxes. I can't ever imagine paying $55 for this. I have finished my serum, my replenish serum off for my set, and I've got like 2 more uses on my Microderm Abrasion scrub. I leave them in the shower. I use them a couple times a week. I like it. I feel like it does work well on my skin, but I have products that work just as well, and I have a whole drawer full of products over there. So I can't justify spending $55 on something that you could find cheaper somewhere else or get for free. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is satin lips. And the set is $18. If you buy them separate, they are $10 a piece. I want to just take a second to talk about, one is a lip balm, one is a lip scrub. This is pretty much got like, it's a lip mask, but it's a scrub. It is pretty much like frickin' sand. It's not a sugar scrub. I have a bunch of sugar scrubs, and they're great because the sugar kind of melts down after a little bit. It has a sweet taste. If you get it in your mouth, it doesn't matter. If you get this in your mouth, it's like sand in your mouth, like legit sand in your mouth. So you need to be careful, but it does get the job done very well. I do like it. I do use it. The lip balm is incredible. It smells incredible. It's a real light smell, but I like it. It's very moisturizing. It actually is kind of like, it's a little greasy. So I like to wear it at night as like a lip mask at night, you know, like a lip treatment at night. A little goes a long way. I'm telling you, it like left my hand like super greasy, but I do like it. I feel like they're very moisturizing. I do think it's a good combination if you're going to buy a set. I definitely think this is a good set to get. Sometimes I feel like when my lips are really dry in the wintertime, like sometimes the sugar scrubs just don't get it quite enough. This is a lot rougher on your lips. Like, it really gets away a lot of the dead skin, but if you have sensitive lips, again, that isn't going to work. There was also, I had a party and a lady had said she breaks out in cold sores and she has the cold sore virus, and when she uses the lip scrub, it causes her to break out in cold sores because of scrubbing her lips so much. It activates the virus and she breaks out in cold sores, so she could not participate in the demo of this. So I guess that is something to look out for. If you get cold sores like really easily and you're really sensitive to that and it doesn't take much to break you out, this probably isn't a good set for you. But the lip balm, at least, is really great. I do love the lip balm, so that's something to think about. But that is $10 separate. And I feel like you could get balms for cheaper that work just as well. Ooh, I just got washed out like super crazy right there. My camera just did funny. So, I don't know, $10 I feel like is a little bit of a steep price. But again, I think you're kind of paying for the name on that. It's a nice balm, but honestly, I think I like the balms from Bath and Body Works a little bit better. So if you're gonna spend $10 or more on a lip balm, I'd go with Bath and Body Works, but this one's not too bad to have either. If you're gonna get a set, it's not bad. Okay, we're gonna talk about satin hands. So I actually really like this product. I really like this product, and I keep forgetting that I have it until like I want to pull it out. It's been locked in my closet. I have to keep my bathroom closet locked, otherwise my son gets into it. And it's in my closet because I don't have a lot of counter space anymore. So I'm going to show you the 3-piece set, which is $35. And it comes with a, I have the fragrance-free set, and then I also have a peach lotion hand cream. This is the hand softener. It is very greasy, and a little goes a long way. And what you do is you grease up your hands with it. It softens up your skin, and then you take this really gritty scrub, you can see right there, and really scrub your hands, get all the dead skin off, and then you just wash your hands off and you go for the hand cream. And your hands feel great. It's really great to get rid of calluses. I really, really like this. Now, this is the fragrance-free, but it's not really fragrance-free. It has botanicals and stuff in there, which gives it a scent, but it's like really fresh and almost like a very light, tropically cucumber kind of scent. And I think it smells amazing, but that's not because there's any fragrance added. It's because there is, I don't know what the name of it was. There's tea laurel sulfate, jojoba oil. There was something else in here that really gives it a smell. But it's like an all-natural product, and I can't remember. It's some kind of botanical, and I'm not seeing it on here. I couldn't pronounce it when I was selling the product, and some of the girls could, and they remembered it off the top of their head all the time. But I love this, and I need to keep it out so that I can see it. The hand cream is really moisturizing. I won't give these away. I keep them. I need to use them. This is also great for shaving your legs, too. It, like, really helps. It scrubs your legs. You can use it on your feet. It's really great. And then the satin hands, I have just the peach hand cream. You can mix and match. At one point, you could get the whole set in peach. And like holidays, they come out with different sets that smell good. But they accidentally sent me a free peach lotion and then told me to keep it. So they didn't charge my account or anything. So this is really great. I really love it. I won't give it away. I think it smells like the old original Bath & Body Works peach from when I was a kid. It's nostalgic for me. The hand cream rubs in really well, and it's great. I actually really love this product. The hand cream by itself is $10, which isn't bad if you look at a Bath & Body Works hand cream, and I think it is on par with Bath & Body Works, and I think the Satin Hands entire set is very unique, and I think it is worth the $35. So that is definitely another set to get. I didn't mean to rhyme like that. It just happened. Moving on. I know this is a really long video, but I'm trying to go through each and every product that I have and go in depth enough for you guys. We're getting down to the nitty gritty though. We're almost done. We're going to talk about brushes. So I have these 4 brushes right here. I'll go through each one. I had another brush. It was called the Mineral Foundation Brush. It is, I don't think I have anything close to it anymore. this. Only imagine it having really, really rough, a really short handle and really kind of like a flat top of this. That was pretty much the same bristles as this. So if you imagine this to be a flat top, that's exactly what it was, just over the really short handle. So it was a flat top like this, but it was nowhere near as soft. That's $10. Now, the problem with that is the bristles scratch your face, and it started shedding like the second time I used it. Like every time I would use it, there'd be like 6 bristles on my face, and I'd have to pick off the little bristles because I was using it with that powder foundation. So that went in the trash, and I spent my money on that. That was $10. I found, okay, the next one that you can buy separately on the website right now is the eye smudger. It looks like this. It's a little thing, you know, just a little smudge brush. This one is really soft. I am keeping this. It's good for smudging out your lower lash line. The bristles are really soft, and these brushes are freaking hit or miss. I'm telling you, some of these are really soft, some of these are really scratchy, and I'm throwing a couple of them away. I already threw that one away. I am keeping the smudger brush because it is one that is really soft and it hasn't shed on me yet. So I am keeping this one. Now, the other 3 brushes that I have, I found there's a kit for them. These 3 brushes plus 2 others are in the kit for $55. So it breaks down to $11 a piece. So I'm guessing between $10 and $11 a piece for them. We're going to go into the powder brush. This thing it scratches your face up like crazy. It hurts. It hurt my face. I just used it to dust some powder on. Actually, it was this, I depotted my Wet n Wild powder that's real creamy. And it digs into your powder and it wastes a ton of it because the bristles are so rough. I mean, and these are cheap brushes. I don't know who is making these, but it literally just says powder like that. There's Mary Kay written on, you know, printed on the ferrule, and these brushes, this sucks. Like it sheds too. I put some powder on my face and I had like 3 bristles shed. So this one's a shedder as well, and it's just really, it hurts. If I do it on the back of my hand, it's poking me and it hurts, and it did it to my face. And I was using this for bronzer at one point and blush when I would do like my demonstrations and stuff with the kit. You know, obviously I clean them nonstop, but this is a terrible brush, and that flat top foundation brush is bad. So now we have the eye crease brush. This is just as bad as the powder brush. This is a little, this is what it looks like. It looks like it would be nice. It's a little bit fluffy, but it's actually, it looks a little bit fluffy on the outside, but it's not. It's really, really kind of stiffer brush, stiffer bristles, and it pokes your eye. It's the same feeling as the powder brush, and it like pokes the crease of your eye. And if you've ever used a brush that pokes your eye, it hurts, and it's scratching, and it's not comfortable, and I don't want to blend my shadow out with it. It is going in the trash. So again, this is another $10 or $11 brush. That is $30 in brushes. $30 I'm throwing out in brushes. 10 I've already thrown away, and 20 sitting right here that is about to go in the trash, because I would not give these to anybody. Even if they were clean and brand new, I would not give them away for free. It hurts my face. I wouldn't do that to people I care about. Now I have the eye color brush, and this isn't even like a clever name for it. It's just called eye color. That's like seriously what it says. It says eye color. This one is softer, but it is really soft. It's like the smudger, so it's got a different hair to it, and I will keep it. It is a fluffy brush, so I'm going to keep this one and use it for a while. It's not too bad. It is a lot softer, and it is like $10 a brush, so you know, just use it for like a softer look, or even in the crease to kind of like smooth things out, you know, picking up loose powders and whatnot. So it's not too bad. I'm not 100% happy with it. I feel like I have brushes that are better, but for 10 bucks, it's not scratching my eye, and I will use it at some point, like when another brush is dirty or something. But I wouldn't suggest, I feel like you could do so much better. I have great brushes that are like the copycats of the Real Techniques that are $2 a brush. They're soft, and they're great. They don't have a name on them. You get them at wish.com. They look like the Real Techniques, but it's not. $1.99. I feel like these are so much better. the eyeshadow ones, the eyeliner ones. So I feel like you could do a lot softer and a lot better and a lot nicer for $2 versus 10. That's just my feelings on that. Moving on, I had the bronzer. I did buy that separately. It did not come with my kit. I threw it away literally Tuesday. Today is Friday. I threw it away on Tuesday and it is out in my dumpster and I'm not going to go get it. It is the size of this pan. This is my Wet n Wild one again. It is the same size, so it's a pretty good size, but it's like orange. I think on the website, they only have one tone of it, I believe, from what I saw, but they had like a light to medium and a medium to dark when I was selling. And it is $18 for the bronzer. Very orange toned. I feel like it is creamy enough, but I feel like my Tarte Park Ave Princess works better. I feel like my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil performs way better. I mean, I literally threw an $18 bronzer in the trash. I wasn't even going to give it to anybody. I straight threw that shit in the garbage. I do not suggest getting the bronzer. It is $18. Get a Chocolate Soleil. Get the little Too Faced mini set that comes with a flat kabuki brush, the mini size Soleil, and the blushes. I think it comes with 2 blushes, and I think it was like 18 or less on Sephora's website. And you get, I mean, I get that the bronzer is smaller, but it's a better bronzer and you get more stuff with it. Or get the full size, whatever. I think it's like 24 bucks or some shit like that. I don't recommend this bronzer. It did nothing for me. It did not work for me and I wasn't going to give it to anybody. It was just garbage, so I threw it away. I literally threw it in the trash. But it is this size. So, I mean, it's a pretty big pan, but I just tossed it. I was done dealing with it. I just freaking tossed it. So we're going to talk about this. And please excuse it. This is dirty. I didn't clean it. It's actually not because I've used, it's just from these shadows that they sell sitting in it. I don't actually, there's a mirror in here. I don't actually really use it. And there are all these little like dusty powder all over it. And it's just from sitting there. I don't use these colors. I don't use this compact. But this compact right here is $17. It is teeny freaking tiny. I mean, I don't know what else to compare it to. Okay, here's my Lumi True Match. It's like about the same size as my Lumi True Match cushion. Okay, $17. You can fit 2 blushes, 1 bronzer. Okay, so the bronzer actually fits perfectly in here. So this powder is so the bronzer's a little bit smaller than this powder because this does not fit in here. It's a little too big. So the bronzer is actually a little bit smaller than this. Just a smidge. It's like literally almost, but not quite. So you can fit 1 bronzer, 2 blushes, a blush, and 3 eyeshadows or 6 eyeshadows in here. And then it does flip up. There's a little compartment that you can put the little sponge applicators in. You have to buy those separately. That costs extra money to get the stupid little sponge applicators or the little garbage brushes that fit in the compact. I never bought them because it wasn't worth it. I was never going to use them. So this little stupid thing is $17. The only reason I have it is to keep the 4 eyeshadows that I have in it. The blush I gave to my mother on Tuesday because I don't use it. It's not a bad one. I had the strawberries and cream. It's a pinky gold with a gold shimmer. So if you take 3 of these shadows, I'm going to take them right now and set them side by side like this. That's how big one of the blushes are. The blush is $12. So you pay $12 for a little teeny blush that's that size. It's really not that big for $12. I think it performs okay. I think you can get drugstore for less. I think that I like hard candy blushes better. I think that I like Wet n Wild, which are like half the price or less. The Wet n Wild ones, what are they, like $4 or $5 for the Wet n Wild? No more than 6. And I think those ombre blushes are so much better than this blush. I mean, I just straight up gave it to my mom. I hardly used it, and I just gave it to my mom. So I have 4 shadows. They're single shadows. They come in a little plastic container, and you're actually, I mean, you could use it in the container, but it's not really meant for it. It's just pretty much for shipping purposes. You're supposed to kind of sell the compact. They actually accidentally sent me the blue one, which is Midnight, I believe. Midnight Star. They sent me that by mistake, told me to just keep it. I did go out, I bought this out of pocket for myself, but I also showed it. And I bought these 3 shadows and the blush out of pocket on my own. So I will swatch these for you. Some of them, they're hit or miss with the shadows. These little teeny tiny pans are $8. A Makeup Geek is, well, let's just, that's great. There goes my wax burner. That's okay. A Makeup Geek shadow is bigger. Here's a Makeup Geek shadow for what, $6? A Coastal Coastal Scents Hot Pot is like $2. Right now they're on sale for $1. I mean, look at that. This is $8. So again, I think if you're gonna go for a single eyeshadow, do not go for the Mary Kay. I'm gonna swatch it for you. I know this video is getting long, but so I will put these back in here. I will swatch them for you. Again, hit or miss with these. So the blue one's kind of creamy. It is really sparkly. It has micro glitter in it. The gold one, should probably read the names. So the blue one is Midnight Star. The gold is Glistening Gold. The light green is like a light green with a gold. It's Lime is the name. The darker green is Emerald. So the gold is really chunky. Can you see that on my finger? Super chunky. When you swatch it, it's patchy and it's chunky. Here's Midnight Star. This one's creamier. It's not too bad. It does have like that bluish purple shimmer to it. It's okay. I won't really use it for too much though. The lime color is it's creamy, but it just like chunked up a huge chunk of my product. So it's like almost too creamy that like you can see there's like chunks of it coming on, but the color payoff is pretty decent. But again, I think for $8 you can get something that's a bigger size. Okay, so now we have the Emerald, and I can't even swatch it. It is now, just from trying to swatch it, formed that film over it where I have to take a brush. I'm going to take the really stiff brush and try to scrape, okay, that's not working, and try to scrape off a top layer. So I just scraped and dug into my product so that I can try to get a swatch. And now it's just like the lime one, super like chunky. Can you see the chunks on my finger? It's not blending out well, it's blending in chunks. You can see the chunks falling down. And this is supposed to be a darker color. I'm not getting very much pigment off of it. So these are really, really, really hit or miss, and I don't think they're worth trying to figure out which ones are good or not. I say go for a hot pot from, if you want shimmer, these are all shimmer and glittery. I say go for the $2 or $3 hot pots. Right now, they're 99 cents on coastalscents.com, and they're better. So that's just my opinion. Plus, you know, you either need a Z palette or one of these compacts. These compacts, you can get, for $17, you can get a big Z palette. You know, this costs the same amount. You are literally paying for the name, which is freaking ridiculous. Okay, so let's get rid of that. The blush was $12. I told you that. The individual shadows are $8. Let's do a baked trio. Now, it was a Mary Kay at Play holiday edition, and it just came in this really cheap packaging. It's called Just For Eyes Shadow Trio. It was like a holiday thing. I joined, I want to say in March or April, and it was like from, you know, the winter right before that. So I got it for a little bit more discounted than what it normally was selling for, but right now you can get it on eBay for $5 to $6. The packaging was so incredibly freaking flimsy and cheap. I depotted it and I put them in here. It does fit. It's a regular, the pans are the regular size. of like Coastal Scents or Makeup Geek. These are the colors, the three on the top. There is a brown, a gold, and a teal with a gold shimmer. They are pretty creamy, like the teal, but again, it's the chunkies. The gold, again, with chunkies. And the brown is stiffer. It's not as creamy, and it definitely, just from swatching it in the pan, you can see that kicked up a ton of chunkies, and it's really chunky on my finger. So I think their eyeshadow formulas are not on par. I feel like indie companies and Makeup Geek, and I mean they're really pigmented and metallic and like super foiled. I really do like these shadows, but it's a lot of fallout when you're blending it. It's chunky again. I feel like they need to kind of work on their eyeshadow formulation. Maybe that's why they just kind of like sold out overseas or some shit. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to fix it. So again, that was the Just for Eyes Shadow Trio. I mean, I do like the colors. I did wear them to a meeting, and my like the top director, leader lady really liked the combination that I did. And I mean, it is pretty, but again, you got to deal with the chunkies and the fallout. I feel like the foiled shadows from Makeup Geek are better. But again, you can get this on eBay for $5 or $6 for that trio. So, I mean, I would take advantage of that, but you can't get it from a rep anymore unless they have, extras laying around somewhere. And who knows if they do or not. I mean, who knows? I don't know. Because that was a while ago. So if you are interested in that, you can find them. I looked them up on eBay. They're $5 or $6. So that would kind of be worth it for the three colors that are the size of Makeup. They're actually a little taller too. So there's a little bit more product than a Makeup Geek shadow. But to buy it at full price, I believe that palette would probably cost you around maybe $15 to $20 when it first came out. Then it's not worth it. But right now, if you get it for $5 or $6 on eBay, I think it's worth it. The next thing we're going to do is the Baked Trio. I have two of them. I had another, but I don't know what happened to it. Right now I have like the Earth Tones one and the On the Horizon. I do like these. You can use them wet or dry. They are fabulous. This is a beautiful green, brown, and a tan color. And then that's the Earth Tones one, and then this is On the Horizon. And it's a beautiful like magenta, a shimmery champagne pink white color, and a darker purple. I will swatch them. They're really like creamy for a baked shadow without water, but they're like even better. Now I think they got this formula perfect. You do kick up a little bit. Those are the three colors right there. You do kick up a little bit of powder, but nothing close to the other ones. So I think if you're going to go with a shadow, and I saw on their website they have a bunch of different colors. They do have these two on there, and they have several others on there. I did find one on eBay that has a lime green and a bright blue in it. You cannot find it on the website. You have to get it on eBay, and I'm thinking about it because I do like the formula on these. These are $13 a piece, though. So, I mean, for the formula, I mean, look at that. They're really pretty. So, from the formula, I kind of think it's worth it, especially since you can even further. That green didn't show as well as I wanted it to. There we go. They're beautiful. So I think for the formula and everything, I think $13 is pretty fair for these. Wet or dry, I really do like these. I don't use them as much as I should, and I really, after swatching them again, I kind of want to go back to it. So $13 a piece for Baked Trio. It's not bad. And last but not least, we are going to do the At Play Jelly Lip Gloss. You cannot get this color anymore. It was being discontinued. I think you really couldn't get it. I got like, there was like 2 tubes left on the website that you could get. I got like one of the last ones. This one's called Crushed Plum. It is a very dark plum, but it's a jelly. So it's very kind of like see-through, but a dark plum, so it doesn't come off as dark as it is in the tube. You can kind of see like the jelly see-throughness right there. Now, it is extremely thick. It's one of those really thick ones and kind of sticky. Not a fan of that feeling, but I love the way it looks on me. So this is the only one that I will use. I have tried the other ones, like the teddy bear one. I hate, it's a nude one, but it's got that white cast in it, so it leaves like that nasty white, like casty ring on the inside of your lips. I don't like it. but I do like the ones that are more like the see-through without like the white pigmentation in them. But they are, again, really thick. They're $10 a piece, and it's 0.32 ounces. I feel like they are kind of a slim tube. I feel like $10 is a little steep for them because the formula isn't quite on point for what I feel like a jelly gloss should be. It is literally like taking grape jelly, kind of. Like, it is, I'll swatch it on my hand. It is super thick and sticky. I'm gonna have to find something to like rub this off. I mean, like, this is, can you see it? It's like super thick and super sticky. This is just straight sticking. But it is a really, really pretty plum color. Trying to find something. And like, I mean, this is like straight up like sticky and like it's kind of got that waxy feel to it. So I don't think the formula is great, but I do love this color, so that's why I own it. It is limited edition. You can't get it anymore. So that's why I put up with it, and I will use it till the end. I actually use it over this. I got this free with my Ipsy points. This is a marker, one of those stain markers, and they're really close in color, so when I do the stain on my lips, I can add gloss to it and use the same color. They're the same color. This is the Aurora Lip Stain in Lively, 24-hour Lively. No, it's in Spice. So it's in the color Spice, but it's like the same color as this. So I use these in conjunction with each other. I find that they work well together. It is really hard to get over that super sticky feeling. I have thrown out more expensive glosses than that because of the sticky, like Smashbox and whatnot, and I don't like it. But I don't have another gloss in this color, so I just kind of deal with it, even though if you don't mind the really, really sticky glosses, then I think it'll be fine for you. But I like the slicker ones that aren't super thick and sticky, and that just isn't it for me. So that is everything I have right now. That is everything I could come up with other than the little tubes of lip glosses. I want to say $14. Again, sticky, didn't like them. I gave a couple away. So their glosses need help. Their Baked Trio eyeshadows are really good, but the other eyeshadows just fall short for the price. A lot of stuff falls short for the price. I think a lot of it you're paying for the brand name. I don't think quality is up there on a lot of stuff, and then other things I do think quality is up there on. So it is kind of hit or miss with them. Finding a rep that is going to be 100% honest with you on hit or miss, because I feel like everything is hyped up, like super amped up to crazy levels that they just don't meet those levels. They don't meet the criteria I have set for my makeup now. I mean, I've thrown away way more expensive makeup for having the, same problems with it, and I'll spend less money on makeup that's better. So I mean, I don't have high makeup standards, but I don't want a super sticky gloss. I don't want super tons of fallout from a pressed shadow. I don't want, to pay $8 for a teeny tiny pan when I can get a Makeup Geek or a Hot Pot for way cheaper. Like, you know what I'm saying? And the compact, I think the compact is absolutely asinine. I think the brushes are so hit or miss unless you're able to sit there and feel them. If you're just blindly ordering from a catalog, I don't think it's going to work. I think you're going to be disappointed, especially now that I am so into makeup and I know what works good and I know what feels good on my skin. I thought these were great brushes when I got them because I didn't know any better. I had garbage brushes, and then these are just as garbage. I've thrown out my old garbage brushes, and these are going too, other than the two I'm keeping. So honestly, it's hit or miss. I would say find somebody you can really trust to give you a straight up honest opinion about it. Otherwise, you might be out a lot of money. And I mean, if you don't mind because you're supporting a friend or somebody and you're okay with that, then so be it. But I've had people come back and they have like this return policy, and it's kind of insane. Like, you can return a product to me, if I was still a rep, if you didn't like it and you've had it for however long, but I have to fill out a log and I have to send it back and I have to pay for the product that you want to be shipped out, and then I'll get reimbursed for it after I send back. Either you send it back or you fill out some kind of form. You have to fill out a form for sure, and they'll send you the product and then they'll reimburse you. So I have to pay out of pocket for it first to make you happy, but we have 100% return wait, I don't even work for them anymore. They have a 100% return policy, like no fuss policy. If you don't like the product, if it broke, if it didn't work for you, there's a lifetime policy, a lifetime return policy on it. So it's kind of messed up a little bit. I mean, good for the customer, bad for the rep. Um, so it's just, but you don't want to sit there and have to do that and wait for shipping and wait for this, and the rep pays for shipping on this. And I feel like if you want some decent brushes, go to Sephora, get Sephora brand brushes. Those are expensive. You want to pay money for brushes, pay money for the good brushes. If you want to go cheap and I love Luxie. I'm really in love with Luxie brushes. I like a lot of e.l.f. brushes for $1. I love my little pencil brush, my smudge brush. I think this smudge brush is better than the Mary Kay one. It's $1. I think my fake Real Techniques for $2 a brush, is better. So honestly, I think you can find better. I think if you're doing this to help out a friend, that's one thing. I think if you're doing it because you love makeup, really think about it. Really try to find out about quality, really do your research, and really don't spend the money if you're not 100% sure. So that is my honest opinion. I'm sorry if this video pisses off people, but I'm going to give my honest review on stuff. And I think it was about time for this video. I've thought about it long and hard, and I'm going to be straight up and honest with you as always on my channel. I will never not be honest just because I don't want somebody's feelings to be hurt. So I do think there are some good products. I think there are some terrible products. So I hope that this video really did help you out. If you are curious about the products, go to marykay.com or find a rep. I'm sure you can find one anywhere. If you need a rep, I have a few friends on Facebook that are reps still. Let me know and I can get you in contact with them. But just, do your research. Don't spend money on something you're going to hate and regret it, especially when it's a high-end price, because this is a high-end price. Mary Kay is a high-end price. It's up there. So, just make sure you're informed and make sure you know. So that's it for today, and I will see you guys later.